So chapter 240 picks up right in the heat of the dinosaur-filled chaos continuing from the previous chapter. The core squad of Momo, Okaroon, and Ira are on a desperate mission to save Jiji, who got swallowed whole by a massive Brachiosaurus. Evil Eye makes a big unexpected return. The gang rides dinosaurs, a Dragon Knight sniper takes shots at them, and we get great team chemistry mixed with some adorable moments. It's rescue operation time, and Tatsu Sensei delivers a chapter that's equal parts action-packed, hilarious, and heartwarming. Moving on to the pacing and structure for the chapter, the pacing is fast and frantic, but perfectly balanced. It starts with high-stakes tension and the group navigating a stampede of herbivorous dinosaurs to avoid getting trampled or eaten by carnivores. Okaroon's leading the charge with Momo and Ira in tow, warning about tripping hazards because one fall and you're done. They quickly escalate to using Ira's acrobatic silky hair powers to climb onto a giant Brachiosaurus's neck. From there, it's a methodical but chaotic search, checking identical-looking Brachiosauruses one by smacking them with Okaroon's Oni Club, powered up by Momo to force regurgitation. The sniper attack adds sudden tension where Okaroon gets shot in the shoulder and falls. Ira saves the day with her hair, then splits off to handle the shooter. The middle to end shifts into pure comedy gold when they find Jiji, velociraptors show up, and Evil Eye appears. The chapter ends on a high note with Evil Eye bonding with the dinosaurs. Structure-wise, it's a classic rescue arc chapter. We have the setup into the rising action, followed by the climax and wholesome resolution. Definitely a perfect chapter to go on break with for the week. The mix of serious peril and silly moments keep the energy high without dragging. Moving on to the character components for this chapter, and this chapter is definitely loaded with a lot of character moments that deepen everyone. First, we're going to start out with Okaroon for the first point, and he went absolute beast mode this chapter. He's protective, resilient as hell as he tanks a sniper bullet to the shoulder like it's nothing and keeps going, is polite even in chaos, showing to apologize to Momo for touching her in the chaos, and is decisive. He leads the rescue, powers up the Oni Club with Momo's key by holding hands, and positions himself to shield Momo from raptors. He's definitely been showing a lot more resolve, but is still very humble. Moving on to the next character component point being Momo. Very caring and proactive still. She's worried about the stampede plan, but trusts the process. She lends her key through hand-holding to power Okaroon's attacks and to heal and sustain him. The mutual hand-holding, initiated by both, shows massive trust building, as we have seen in previous fights, even with her amnesia. She's right there in the action, checking on Okaroon even after the shot, and reacting to Evil Eye's antics. Definitely great supporting partner energy. Now moving on to the third point for character components being Ira, and having great leader role. She takes charge with her hair powers to lift the group and catch falling teammates. She urges vigilance, decides to hunt the sniper down herself, who is that Dragon Knight, and by doing that keeps the group together. She's fully integrated now. Supportive of Momo and Okaroon's bond, no jealousy there, and just now seemingly a ride or die. Her acrobatic Silky is used creatively and effectively. Moving to Jiji and Evil Eye for the fourth character component of the chapter. They are the star of the show, even if they show up so late in the chapter. Evil Eye's return is not what we expected, but especially in this way, instead of being a pure menace, he's instantly drawn to pet the velociraptors like they're puppies. His aura makes the clever girls, good nod to Jurassic Park, but the velociraptor is very docile and fearful. He definitely looks the happiest we've ever seen him in the show so far, and this shows a softer, childlike side while still being overwhelmingly powerful. Definitely a great payoff for his dynamic with this group. We'll move on to the last character components of the chapter, and we'll give it to the dinosaurs. Definitely not just background threats. They become potential allies as we see them running through. Herbivores stampede, carnivores get tamed, smart, and reactive. The chapter highlights teamwork, trust, and how powers complement each other. Now we'll move on to the story progression and lore components of the chapter. And for the story progression, this advances the Operation Rescue Jiji plot directly. Jiji is saved, but because he comes out unconscious, Evil Eye emerges to handle the immediate threat. The core trio is reunited and working seamlessly. Ira, peeling off to deal with the Dragon Knight sniper, sets up potential follow-up fights. The dinosaur environment becomes a battlefield where Evil Eye's presence flips the script, threats becoming assets. It teases bigger team-ups like will the Raptors come with Evil Eye whenever he fights. It also keeps the momentum from the previous chapter while focusing on the main crew's survival and bonds. Overall, it progresses the rescue while planting seeds for the next phase against the Dragon Knights and whatever larger threats are brewing. Moving on to the lore components for the chapter, and within this chapter we have 4 of them. The first one going over the key mechanics. In this chapter and in previous chapters, we have seen the hand-holding as a conduit for power transfer to amp up weapons, for this one in particular being Okarune's Oni or Ogre Club. It also seems to help with healing or sustaining Okarune through injuries. The next point for the lore components of the chapter being Evil Eye's nature. His intimidating yokai ore can subdue dinosaurs non-violently through fear and respect. It definitely shows he's not just destructive, he has this affectionate, pet-like interaction side that humanizes him. For the third component in the lore section of the chapter, we have the setting and context for this chapter. The setting and context reinforces the dinosaur-filled environment as a chaotic, dangerous zone tied to the current arc. The Dragon Knight sniper seems to adjust his aim either away from his chest to Okarune's shoulder, or may just not have been able to get a good shot. And that's hinting at their tactics and their goals, trying to injure or capture further powers. The fourth and final component we have for lore in this chapter would be the character power synergy. The teamwork between human yokai powers, acrobatic silky, and weapons. No massive reveals about curses or big bads, but it deepens the powers interact in fun ways theme of Dandadan. It moves the 6 curses arc forward by resolving one immediate crisis while opening doors for dinosaur allies and continued fights. Now on to my final thoughts of the chapter. This chapter, in my opinion, was one of the best chapters that we've had of Dandadan in a while. Fun, funny, heartwarming, and action-packed all at once. Evil Eye, petting raptors and looking genuinely happy is an image I didn't think I would see. Momo and Okarune seem to slowly be slipping into the normal way of interacting. Ira is shining as the glue and the leader for the chapter. Okarune being the polite tank for the chapter, and the whole gang cooperating well together after some separation felt great. The pacing kept it exciting without fatigue, and it ends on such good vibes that the upcoming break feels earned. It doesn't advance the biggest lore threads like Count Saint Germain, Red Baron, or Vlad, but it strengthens the core cast and sets up fun potential like the possibility of having dinosaur cavalry. If you're a fan of character moments, chaotic battles, and wholesome yokai shenanigans, this one delivers and gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Exactly the kind of wild energy that makes Dandadan so special. But what do you guys think of the chapter? How did you like Evil Eye taming the dinosaurs and any other things in the chapter? Drop your thoughts down below if you had them. With the next chapter coming 1 week later than usual, I will be anticipating the next chapter even more. Having said that, I will see you in the next video when that time comes. Alright, see ya.